everyone, welcome to the Absolutely Adele channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you like what you hear, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. All right guys, so this is kind of a heavy topic. I really want to talk about mom guilt, specifically with formula feeding. I went through this about 2.5 years ago. My son is now 2.5 years old. And you know what? It's really tough. Like, I totally get it. That's why I want to make this video for all you first-time moms that are going through this and getting this kind of formula guilt. I want to be here and let you know, stop it. Don't give a shit what anybody thinks. You do you. If you want to formula feed, that's great. You really have to do what's best for you and your family. I know when I was in the hospital and I just had my baby and I had an emergency C-section and they wanted me to feed him and they're like, here, you know, attach your baby. So I had my baby on me and I was in pain trying to hold him. And to make matters worse, he wasn't latching properly, so it started causing a lot of pain on me, and it was just such an uncomfortable experience. You know, I did want to breastfeed, honestly, like I did, but I'm not one of those women that were like, I must breastfeed. Like, I never felt like that. I never felt like I have to do this. It's something I thought I was gonna do and it was gonna come easily and naturally to me. So I didn't really think much about it. Just going into motherhood and having my baby, I was just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna breastfeed, cool, whatever. But yeah, in the hospital, I'm telling you, like, I had issues. My boobs really ended up becoming engorged. This is all in the matter of the 3 days that I was in the hospital. So my boobs are engorged, my nipples are super sore and so sensitive, and I'm being told to continue to breastfeed my baby. And this is when I started feeling like, I don't like this, I don't want to do this, I am so uncomfortable. So that's when I said, okay, let's get the lactation consultant in here. Maybe she can help. So I'm in the hospital, in the room, I'm with my husband, and he's all about breastfeeding. So he really wanted me to do it, you know? I mean, because that's how he was raised and he didn't know different. Like, he was breastfed, so he thought that was the way to go about it. So anyways, the lactation consultant showed up in the middle of me having this breakdown, and I'm already crying, and she walks into it, and I'm like, okay, I just laid it out on her. I'm in a lot of pain. I don't know what's going on. I want to breastfeed and I'm just so sore, and let her know all my worries. And she told me, look, just relax and you'll have the proper amount of milk. And she said something like, it will come flowing. Don't worry, you'll get there. You'll produce enough milk and it'll be fine. And then she also asked me if this is something, you know, that's really important to me, something that I really wanted to do. And that's when I thought about it, and I was like, I don't know if this is something I really want to do. Like, for me, I was actually formula fed and I didn't really think about it. Like, being pregnant, I thought about everything, Googled everything, did all my research, went into the hospital ready, preparing everything for my baby to come home to. I thought I did everything, you know, well prepared. But when it comes to feeding, I didn't think that much into it. I just thought, you know, I'm just gonna breastfeed, whatever, like, that's fine. But just being in the hospital and like going through the amount of pain and uncomfortableness and being with the lactation consultant and her like asking me like, do I really want to do this? That's when I really thought about it and was like, I don't think so. Like, now that I know that, you know, I have another option, I don't think I want to do this at all. So that's when I got on my phone and I started Googling like, okay, can I formula feed my baby? Is it bad? What's the pros and cons? What's the benefits of this versus that? And then I was like, okay, well, you could breastfeed, or you could formula feed 100%, or you could do a combination, and you could also do pumping. So that's when I was like, okay, maybe if I could give my baby the benefits of the milk but not have to have him attached to me, then that might be the answer. So that's when I was like, all right, we're gonna do pumping, and until I get my milk supply up, we'll also bring in some formula. We'll supplement a little with formula. So that was my plan in the hospital. I was like, we're gonna pump and we're gonna supplement a little bit until I get my supply up. When I got home, I continued to pump, and I did so around the clock. From what I read and understood is, you know, your baby's eating constantly, and to get my milk supply up there, that I would need to pump every 2 hours. So I did, and I set my alarm, and through the night I was waking up to pump. And it's really lonely, I must say that. Like, my husband's sleeping over here, my baby's up, sleeping, and in the middle of that, I'm up also with him, feeding him, and then pumping, feeding him, he's sleeping, I'm pumping. It was just like around the clock. It was so stressful. I felt myself just like breaking down, like, I don't want to do this. I don't even want to pump anymore. Pumping in itself just became so exhausting, and I don't want to sound like a selfish biatch, but like seriously, we went through 9 months of holding our baby, and then now it's like I was finally thinking, okay, I'm finally gonna have my body back. And that's not the case. Like when you're breastfeeding and pumping, it felt like I'm still doing everything for my baby and totally sacrificing my happiness and my mental state. And that's what you need to think about too. You're important. You matter. Like your mental state, if you're constantly like, I have to feed my baby, I have to breastfeed, I have to do this, and you feel this pressure and it's not serving you and you're feeling depressed, then your baby's gonna feel it. Like you're gonna be holding your baby just stressed out, and they're gonna know, they can feel it. You know, we can all feel like that energy of our loved ones when they're not feeling right or something's not right. So think about that. Like know that you matter, and if you're totally uncomfortable or not happy or just stressed out, I mean, even having postpartum depression, that's real. You know, I felt like I had it and everything was just setting me off, and breastfeeding and pumping on top of it was just, it felt like too much. So finally I said, I have had enough. And you know what? It wasn't easy because I seriously was in all of the forums, reading everything and feeling so guilty, and I'm crying and I'm reading it and I'm like, I don't know, like, what am I gonna do? Here's one thing too. What does your spouse think about it? Maybe you don't have a spouse, but do you have any support around you? Boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, mother, sister, like, you know, reach out and ask for help and say like, you know, I don't want to breastfeed, like I need support. Or maybe if you need support, maybe you don't. Be a badass bitch. You don't need, you know, do what's right for you and your family. That's all I can say, and that's what I want you to get out of this, okay? My husband, because he was breastfed, he didn't want me to formula feed. He was against it. So I was over here Googling what's the benefits of formula feeding and just trying to let him know that it's not bad. And you know what? It's not bad. My baby has been formula fed seriously probably about a month or two after I went home. I transitioned from pumping to becoming 100% formula fed. That's just what I did, and let me tell you, it made everything so much easier. This way, my husband was able to participate in the feeding. I'm not the only one getting up feeling like I'm in this by myself. He's now able to go mix up a bottle, and my mom was able to help. My whole family was able to kind of pitch in and like take a little, you know, stress off of me. And in doing so, I became a lot more relaxed, and I was just so happy to be around my baby. Like I'm free, I have me again, I have my body back, I'm not leaking everywhere. Like that's what's stressing me the hell out. Let me tell you, like just leaking everywhere, and I'm in the shower and I won't stop leaking in my shirts and wearing pads. It's not for me, and if it's not for you, it doesn't have to be. But please don't get me wrong, like if you're breastfeeding, that's freaking beautiful. Like don't give up just because, you know, it's hard. Like if you're breastfeeding, do it if you want to, if you really want to. I'm telling you, like for myself, it wasn't in me that I really wanted to. That's why it just didn't make sense. Like why would I do it? Am I doing it for someone else? You know, it didn't make sense. So if you're like me and you're breastfeeding just because you feel like it's the right thing to do, but you don't actually want to, you don't have to. But if you're breastfeeding because you really want to and it's getting tough and you might want to quit because it's tough, like hang in there, you know, do it, because everything's that you want to do that's hard, it turns out to be something that you're really proud of later. So I'm telling you, do what feels right for you and your family, whether that be breastfeeding, formula feeding, or even, pumping. I'm telling you, do any combination that's right for you. Don't care, like don't give a shit what anybody tells you, okay? Please do you, because it worked for me. I finally said, enough with all of that. Put away the pump, put away all those little gadget devices, gone, okay? And you know, I'll drop a link below. I did write a blog post on this, on moving from Similac formula to organic European formula. I felt like if you're gonna do formula, do the best, right? Like of course. And I do believe in using organic European formula. I feel like it's the cleanest, purest, it's the best nutrients, and for your baby it doesn't have like these pesticides, and there's a lot to it as far as the formulation, so that's why I believe in it. So I'll drop a link below if you want to check out what formula I recommend, what European formula, and where to buy it. But other than that, I'm telling you, do you, Don't feel the pressure. I'm here to let you know. Reach out if you need support. I'm here for you, okay? Relax. Everything's gonna be okay. You have to do what's right for you and your family. Just want to get that out there because I know what it's like and I'm here for you. So feel free to let me know. If you liked what you heard, please thumbs up. It helps support me. It helps support what I do here for all of you. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you heard, please go ahead and hit subscribe. And everything I do for you guys, and I want to support you, so please go ahead and support me. All right, thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye.